just like your favorite band. Love it. Hey, yeah. Hey, mic check the vibes. Mic check. Kevin, mic check. Hey. Mic check the vibes, you heard right. Mic check the vibes, you heard right. Check the vibes, you heard right. Mic check the vibes, you. Mic check the vibes, you heard right. Mic check the vibes, you heard right. Let's go, hey. I done heard too much in the past 5 years. Been less about the music, been more about the peers. Seems still sincere, rather disappear. Man, I'd rather stand strong so the smoke clears. But who really wanna hear what's up? Time to steer clear, can't rely on much. Have another beer, but won't give another fuck. Let's take another ride and keep the music up. Cruise 25 with the windows down. Big J's, big bass, my vibe so loud. Feels good when I push it to the limit. Getting out of town, I won't stop it. Bitch, you no care. Talking who you with. Saying who is this Sam? How about mind your biz? Keep your mental intact. Staying 2 steps ahead, don't. Soda's getting cold in the SoCo. Another shot of gin before a broke soul. Got the feeling like I don't belong though. Then remember all the people yelling go bro. Now I'm falling in, felt on my bones bro. Still maintain focus like a GoPro. Gotta master my voice, speak the right chords. You won't let the sound stay out of my world. Go say that I'm hitting a nice guy that's making y'all think that I care anymore. I'm done participating, I'm on an elevation. That's more than what you're bargaining for. I'm kind with my time, but that's not a big deal. I'll be fine and stick with my appeal. Might check the vibes, you heard me right. Got a stick on my back, that's real, bitch. Hey, yeah. Check the vibes. Yeah, like check the vibes. I love it. It feels good when you feel invited. Hey. Mic check the vibes, you heard right. Mic check the vibes, you heard right. Check the vibes, you heard right. Mic check the vibes, you. Mic check the vibes, you heard right. Mic check the vibes, you heard right. Check the vibes, you heard right. Mic check the vibes, you heard right.
Welcome back.
What's up, people? How you doing? It's Kevin. Mic check the vibes. How you doing?
And so where are you from? Because I think I met you at the Summer Buzz Fest in Colorado Springs, right?
Yeah, out here. I feel like I'm a little bit from everywhere when I think about it, where I travel. I'm from New Mexico, Albuquerque originally is where I'm from and everything. Born out there and then lived a little bit all over from Maryland. My dad worked for the embassy, so we got to go to Kazakhstan, Switzerland, Africa is where my mom's from. Oh. So lived out there, and then back to Albuquerque, and then I moved out here 2018. So
that's cool. Wait, so when you say the embassy, what's that?
U.S. embassy. You know what I mean? Yeah, state like USAID and AID and everything like that. That's what my dad used to do back then.
Oh shit, dope.
Yeah, got to travel a lot. That was good stuff.
Yeah. So when you think of like your hometown, like do you think out of all the places that you've been, like New Mexico kind of was like your heart?
I'm born there, and it did feel good because I spent what I feel is like by good younger years there. You know what I mean? From like from 7th to basically college and everything. I was just out there for it and everything. And I feel as I really define that as more of the hometown and everything right there.
Yeah. Was there any like community activities or like places or things to do for fun there growing up?
Yeah. I mean, mostly going downtown was fun, especially when you got to high school and everything like that. Like going downtown to Central and everything. There was a club called Lotus that was fun. The lowrider shows were always pretty dope and everything.
I love car shows.
Yeah, it was a good car show. You know what I mean? When I started going to concerts more around that time is when I would go to all the shows that were happening around town. Not like local ones, just like the ones for like big names like Tech Nine, Red, Snow the Product. I got to see them and everything like that.
Snow?
Yeah,
she's so fucking cool.
This was like also like early, like when that Ola song first came out and everything. So she was still wearing the beanie, drinking the Hennessy on stage. I mean, she still kind of do that part, but yeah, that was back then. I remember she almost fought someone that night too in that crowd. It was crazy. It was a dope night too, though.
I'm so fucking jealous. I saw Tech Nine once, and that also was like really cool, just because dudes weaved all throughout like my high school, like adolescence, you know.
Hell yeah.
But Snow, that's crazy. I feel like she would just go absolutely insanely hard.
Oh no, yeah, she definitely did go hard. But I mean, aside from the shows though, mostly like Rio Rancho where I was at, so it was like Albuquerque, and then there's Rio Rancho, which is like, you know, not that far of a drive from each other. It's kind of like, you know, the Manitou to Colorado Springs or Fountain and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, but Rio Rancho, people go out to the mesas and do bonfires and stuff. I hardly went to a lot of the bonfires and everything. I was always an inside nerd. I always went to the park with my friends sometimes. Played basketball and everything, imitated wrestling when we shouldn't, but you know.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I got speared by my cousin one time on the basketball court, and I'm like, wow, they said it's fake. Oh, it's not. That hurts. That was it. And my cousin wasn't even like a football player type, so he was just bulky like that and everything. So I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, just fun stuff you can find, anything and everything to do. You know what I mean? Riding our bikes, going to the skate park was another fun one. Yeah, just anything and anything you can find, really. You know, until we all started getting really older, and then we, you know, got 21, started doing our own things and stuff like that. Finding one of the adult activities to do, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do. I miss kind of being like an outdoor kid,
Facts.
just like leaving the house, just being like, I'm gonna be doing something today. I just don't know what yet.
Wait for the streetlights to come on, or at least tell your mom you're gonna be home late. You know what I mean? 'Cause my mom let me out once for coming home late, and I'm like, damn it, missed the cue.
No, so okay, real quick, you said the Lotus was like a club you went to a lot.
Yeah.
What kind of club was it?
More like a dance club, you know what I mean? It was like more of an adult themed one and everything. But like for high school, I think it was like you get in, we got in like 17, 18 at the time and everything to go in there and stuff like that. And granted, there were people who had figured out he's at 16 and stuff too at the time. But it was just one of those clubs that we would go to like on the weekends if there was nothing to do. Because after that was the fun part. Because after the club, we would go to IHOP or Denny's, find somewhere dope to just eat and chill for the rest of the morning until like 4 in the morning. We had to all go home and then go to sleep when the sun rises and shit. So. Yeah, good times like that. Lotus was a fun club. Not there anymore though, unfortunately, but it was good for its time and everything like that. I do remember I went to in a sense of another club, Boys and Girls Club, when I was younger out there and everything, and that was a fun spot. It was just something my parents wanted my sister and I to do for the summer while we were out of school and everything. And it was a fun time for sure. They had like video games, board games, dances they scheduled and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a good time for sure.
That's very cool. So in all of this, when did you start noticing that like you wanted to get involved in music?
Oh man, probably my freshman year of high school, 2009 for that, because I got into hip hop in 05 as just a kid, just listening as a fan. Got my first CDs were 50 Cent, The Massacre, Eminem, The Eminem Show, and Ludacris's Word of Mouth. So those three were just picked up my start for there, loving hip hop and everything. And
those are great albums.
Oh yeah, definitely really great album. I still got the CDs too and everything. I got a good CD collection and shit. My mom also gave me her Biggie CDs at the time as well, so I was like, okay, got it.
Literally, like banger after fucking banger.
Exactly, you know what
excellent
I mean?
taste.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, I got tatted for a reason too. You know what I mean? Having hip hop was my thing. But getting into the music, I was just sitting in class one day listening to Snoop Dogg and stuff, and I was just sitting there thinking to myself like, and I get where he came from, his conditions and everything, and how he came out of that and everything. Granted, I'm not gonna say I came from poor conditions and everything like that. I'm not gonna fake the funk and everything. You know, I know where I came from. It was a decent life and everything. It was a good life for sure.
Yeah.
So, but when I figured out the music, I thought to myself, why can't I do it? I just literally had the question, why can't I do it? So I literally busted out my iPod at the time, the iPod Touch first coming out and everything, and I just went to the notes and said, all right, let's write something. And I just, journey went from there and everything. Just kept writing and writing for years. I honestly didn't record my first song until senior year of high school. So I started writing freshman year, didn't record anything until senior year because I just didn't have the resources or knew about the business, knew about people who did do it. It was just freestyling and rapping with my friends and everything like that, you know, so I just got stuck with it from there.
That's dope. When did you get into like performing live?
Not till 2014. I mean, that was the first time I performed live, 2014. It was after my freshman year of college and everything, so I got one in the winter and one in the summer that I got to do. And that was fun. I only had one song at the time, one freestyle, just did what I could. And I was like, okay, I got to do better. I'm a theater kid. I like performing.
You're a
and stuff.
theater kid?
Yeah, I did theater too.
I think all of us are too.
Yeah, I rock with that. See, it's always good stuff, and that's where my love for the stage comes from. Is watching whether I was an extra or I had some part, I enjoyed just being on the stage and entertaining and everything like that. So for me, my first official performance when I got into it was when I came out here in 2018. After I kind of saw the scene was while I was DJing and everything, and I figured, okay, let me try to get back into rapping because I had stopped rapping through college at that point and everything. I was pursuing film and everything like that, and then picked up DJing in the middle of that too. All I did was just freestyle. I just kind of stopped thinking about being a rapper at that point. But when I came out here and then figured out the scene was, I'm like, you know what? Let me dip my toes back in it and see how it goes. So really, since 2018 is when I've been performing for sure, professionally, in my opinion, in a sense like that, you know, because compared to what I did back in 2014, all those years ago.
What did that first show kind of look like? Like, did you have any interactions off stage that were meaningful to you after that, or any preparation beforehand?
For the one in 2014?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was weird. I guess it was my first taste of dealing with promoters and how they worked and everything. And they were good people. I'm not gonna say they were bad promoters. It was a good time, but I kind of understood the first of how this goes. So I did a deposit. I got these tickets. I sold what I could. Only got $1 per ticket, so I made like $5 because I only sold, and only 2 people I knew showed up and everything. But it was a small one though. It was definitely a small show. There was like, I forgot how many other artists on there. I met a few who were in the local scene. It was my first interaction with the local scene in Albuquerque and everything, and I still am unfamiliar with a lot of it. And that's my home city and everything, just because I feel my rapper stuff, my artist stuff started here in Colorado and everything as I got serious with it again. So, but yeah, I got to meet some local artists there. It was fun. I mean, it was a cool little atmosphere. The place was called the Launchpad. It's still there. It's a great venue.
That's a great name to have your first performance.
Dope. Yeah, the Launchpad. It's like, this is the start of your career right here, man. It kind of makes you think of, I'm trying to think of a venue out here to go with it. Maybe like Black Sheep, but maybe cut in half. You know what I mean? Still, it's not as crazy. It has an upstairs too and everything right there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and it's been a while since I've been back, long time. So and maybe they've added upgrades. I'm not sure. I have to check it out and stuff though. So all my Albuquerque friends don't hate me for misquoting anything. You know what I'm saying? But no, yeah, it was a dope venue. Got to meet some cool people. Got to understand what I was trying to do with it, and then yeah, just went from there and everything. We kept writing still after that because this is right when I started college, like I said, and I just kind of at that point was like, all right, let me step back from the rapping, figure out what I really want to do, and how it's gonna perform for me and everything. I still, like I said, I kept writing and freestyling through those years still, but just didn't put any work into it until I moved out here.
Yeah, no, I feel like the scene out here is, it's fucking incredible. Like honestly,
It is.
The amount of support that other artists give is amazing, but then like to also see the amount of just like talent saturation that's out here. Like you'll go to like a little hole in the wall and hear crazy like lyrical ability just like on a random Tuesday night, you know?
Facts, right.
It intimidates the fuck out of me.
No, it's dope to see, but yeah, it's like, damn, there's some good people out here, some dope people and everything, talented individuals is what I say, you know?
Yeah, and I think like 90% of everyone's cool off stage too, and like, kind of kick it with you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'd say 90% and everything. You know what I mean? I guess I'd say I bet that 10% too. That's not as great to be off stage, and we've all met them too and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, god damn. Man.
We always call them Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you feel good for the 90% that are chilling and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know it's like going through your discography, which by the way, like very impressive that you have like as much content out as you do right now.
Thank you.
Come out on Spotify.
Kevin might check.
But I noticed that it looked like you started like seriously posting cross-platform.
Oh yeah, oh good.
In 2021, was there
Yeah.
something significant about that year that got you to say like, fuck it, I'm going all in?
I wouldn't say that year, more like the year before. Funny enough, COVID. Let's be the thing that changed everybody's life right there. But for me, it wasn't even COVID that fact. It was just around the time it happened. My buddy at the time, Jacob and everything, he had let me stay at his crib and stuff down in Fountain and Larson Ranch. After I got out of my apartment and didn't know where else to go and stuff, so he let me stay there. I worked with him. He worked with me. We smoked. We chilled. We always had a great time. We worked at the same dispensary. And he always liked my music too. He said, definitely, I'm going to go somewhere with this stuff and figure it out from there and everything. And I was still figuring stuff out, still trying to figure what I really wanted to do with this stuff, you know? Unfortunately, that year, 2020, February, I remember 28th, yep, that day, I opened up for Seth's crew at Sunshine Studios. Dope night. I mean, unfortunately though, after the set, I got a call. He got into a motorcycle accident. He was a motorcycle rider, and I was like, oh, fuck. And it was no one's fault, you know what I mean? Just life happens and everything like that. But yeah, he got into that accident. He was in ICU for, I don't even know how long. I think March 13th, yeah, was when we just did the announcing and everything when he was passing. And I still talk to his mom too and everything. She's an amazing woman, and she's always thanked me for just being around him too and everything like that. But yeah, he was good people. Like around then, I guess that was like the push for me and everything. Because the last thing he told me before I went to that show is, and it's along the lines of what made me start my song No Breaks on my Drive Mines mixtape that I have and everything. And it was like, don't let nothing stop you and keep going. You know what I mean? He basically told me just keep going. And I was like, all right, I can't stop now. And that was the inspiration behind No Breaks. You know, there's no stopping me now and everything, regardless of the tires I gotta change, the gas I gotta fill, the oil changes. If I get pulled over, I'm not stopping. And that's just the message at the end of the day. And that's what really pushed me around then to make the rest of Lighter in My Hand project, drop it in 2021 is what happened. Because I dropped the first single, How We Roll, that year as well. And
That's such a fun song.
Yeah, that's a fun song for sure. Shout out Blackjack the Fat Boy and Foulmouth J. That beat, my homie Foulmouth from New Mexico, he does nasty with the beats. And when I first heard that, I was like, we got something. I like, here, I want this one. This is dope.
Yeah, no, that definitely breaks my heart to hear. I know losing someone that is like loving and supportive is usually such a deep cut, you know, because you feel that absence right away. Like,
no, for real though.
And I can't imagine how hard it was to kind of see that it wasn't even like it's like abrupt in timing, but the whole ICU concept, like that definitely it hits me in the gut a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah, we all pushed through it, you know what I mean. But yeah, that after that, I just kind of told myself, nah, that dude was a go-getter, and especially when his daughter got born around that time too, and everything. So and he was willing to do so much for his kids, so much for his lady and everything. And I'm just like, I need that mentality and everything. So I was like, yeah, let's just stop. Just quit, like, quit my bitching and start doing it. That's what I told myself finally with that. It's like, just get to it and everything. Worst anyone can say is no, or you suck. I'm like, all right, cool. I've had plenty troll comments since then and everything on my content. I'm just like, it's all good. I've turned a couple of them into fans, which is awesome and everything. But at the end of the day, I'm just having fun with the comments. I'm not gonna take the internet too seriously. I've already done that a couple times in life, and I'm trying to stop it for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely can't do that. I know, especially because like it takes a certain level of humility just to put yourself out there to start anyway. Because everyone kind of has like this idea in their head where it's like, oh, if I start putting myself out there, people that don't see me like that know me, are gonna start projecting how they see me into who I want to be, and I don't want none of that, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah, but with lighter in my hand, because that whole thing, it definitely for me it feels like a kickback with like just like a bunch of like cool friends. Like I feel like anyone that like may be going through a time where they're feeling like kind of lonely, like it could be like a pick me up, but also like there's like this nostalgic cool vibe. Like it's great smoke music.
Hell yeah.
No. You know, it's cool like driving to the kickback. You know.
Absolutely, no, for real. And that was kind of the idea with it. I was just telling myself, you know what, I'll make a stoner album and everything. I like a lot of stoner rappers like Cypress Hill, Dizzy Wright, Devin the Dude. So I was like, let me do something along those lines and everything. I have actually one of my buddies who's on the Project Ivory. He's on the was a Bluntastic song and everything. He told me that he likes the project and Keep It Lit mostly because he sounds like Asher Roth, that I Love College. And I'm like, oh my God, it does. And I was still coming fresh off that mentality. I graduated college in 2017, still figuring out how shit was, and I was just finally getting to like, okay, now let's adult up. Let's not, you're in college no more, don't rock out like that. But yeah, that was kind of like last little thing with that and everything. But that was a fun vibe though. Good beats with that one. Good stuff.
I noticed you got like a pretty solid like grip of features on there.
Mm-hmm.
So I know like recording with other people can be difficult if you have to do it multiple locations. Did you have to like record all in one spot, or like did you do like multiple locations?
That was multiple. This was definitely my first learning project, like EP wise, because I had a mixtape before that, or 2 mixtapes that I did and everything. But that one I knew was simple. I went to DatPiff, SoundCloud. I did my thing over beats that weren't mine, but there you go. This one though was like very mixed. So Foulmouth J, he did the beats for all these. Some of them were made on this. Only 2 of them were made. I think 2027 and forgot the other one. There was another one we did. No, just 2027. Yeah, and the rest were already stuff on his SoundCloud that I was just listening to and like, I want to buy that. I want to buy that. I want to buy that. Yeah, Raw Vibes. That was the other one he made. The one he's on, and we just kind of did it different. I just purchased the beats slowly. I recorded at Macado Press Play-Doh Studios, the Mac Addict crew. Yeah, there you go. I forgot where the studio's at. It's off a circle somewhere and everything. But yeah, I recorded there. First studio I did out here to do it. Checking how the vibes were. And Mac did a great job on his part, recording and mastering and stuff. And then I went to my homie Blitz, who I work with constantly now and everything. He did the rest of the recording process for some of the features. So yeah, it was like getting the features. I had one place for these guys, another place for these guys, so on and so forth and everything. Lucky for me, this Bluntastic song with myself, KO, C-Cab, and Ivory, we were all there together for that day and everything. Because we were shooting part of the Keep It Lit video there, in a sense, to like get an idea of that. But yeah, so we were at least together for that one.
Yeah, I'm actually like super surprised that it is one where you had to do like multiple locations and kind of, I always say it's like patchwork, like when you, because I record with people from out of state sometimes, and I struggle so bad. I'm not a technical cat, so it is always so hard for me. That whole project is so smooth. I was almost certain that you're gonna be like, yeah, it was all one spot because of how well it came together.
That was piece by piece, brick by brick with that project, honestly. And I treat a lot of my stuff like that in a sense. Nowadays, what I've done since then, especially with the second EP, Satisfaction Guaranteed, what I did with Blitz now is like we go in, we create a series of 5-6 beats of a certain theme that I'm thinking of, and then I go from there, creating around those beats through time, figuring out my features, and then if I can get everyone in a session, I can do it. But sometimes I break up, like all these EPs, they've been broken up into maybe 2-3 sessions at least, or something like that. Not including the beats when we made them at the time. But yeah, as far as recording, they've been divided up a little bit. We're here and there.
Yeah, well, the quality is super solid.
No,
like,
thank you, yeah.
I'm glad that I asked, because I wholeheartedly was not expecting you to say that it was spread out like that.
I think once I have my own stuff in my crib, I'll probably be knocking them out like in small sessions, but I still like to take time. I just love the craft too and everything. One thing I learned with hip hop is appreciate the craft and everything, especially if you want to put something dope, something of quality out. Don't get me wrong, I like some of the nonsense stuff out there. As a DJ, I play it too and everything, but that's not what my lane. I know what my lane is, and I'm trying to make sure this is the best work I can put out for real, though.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, there's a lot that goes into it for sure. I noticed one of your projects that stood out to me a lot was King of the Chill. Literally from like start to finish, like I felt like there's like so much emotion put into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a wide range where I was able to like kind of like have fun and like vibe and have a good time, but I also felt like some life was being spoken into me, and then even some more of the like tender numbers, like All Love, like that one.
Yeah,
that one hit me.
Yeah, shout out to Big Bono for the feature on that one. That was dope. And Blitz, one of my favorites too from him that he's done beats for mine. Blitz definitely did a good job with that production on there. And like I said, for me with the sound, so like with King of the Chill, you know, I went with my movie theme thing. I did the inspiration for Lord of the Rings with that one and Skyrim and shit, just to give that kind of vibe with it. But like my thing is like when I'm thinking, I write my titles first for each track. I always go to my thing and write my titles. I write my concepts out. Then I go in and be like, okay, this song's gonna be called All Love. This is the vibe I'm looking for. It's about, you know, reconnecting. It's like saying I'm not far. You know what I mean? I still got love for you, even though I gotta do my own thing over here and everything. Because life takes us different places at the end of the day. And that's part of what that song is in that journey and everything. It's just saying, hey, still love you, you know what I mean? I know you're over there, I'm over here, still love. Don't ever think it's anything disrespectful or hateful at the end of the day, you know? Because I feel as adults, in a sense, we should all tell each other if something problem's a problem, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I love with that song, is just saying like, hey, I still got love for you and everything. I'm over here, you're over there. And sometimes that happens and everything, you know?
Yeah, I think it's important too, because like I don't know, like when I was listening to it, like I was having to like confront the fact that like I feel like I struggle to maintain relationships with people in adulthood that I, you know, were obligated to have relationships with in my youth.
Right.
And it's almost like some of those like breakoffs or whatever, it's like I really was the asshole. Like I really was the one that did wrong and everything, but like though I may never get an opportunity to kind of like apologize or like make things well, like that song for me, I feel like it's like a conversation that maybe not everyone gets to have. Right. So being able to have it there is very healing for the audience, I believe.
No, and I'm glad to hear that too, because even I've heard from one of my fans and everything, she loves the song Note to Self on there, and that one's just about, you know, that was a letter to myself basically and everything. I was kind of just writing from a younger perspective and everything, or older perspective, just being like, hey man, I know shit's rough right now, trust things are going to be okay regardless of the end, as long as you stand tall and be strong and everything. And I remember when she played that, tears was flowing and everything. I'm like, damn, I just love that it connects. I never expected to connect the way it does. Because I'm doing music at the end of the day on my part, what I love to do. You know, I'm not taking opinions, advice from other people, but not like, you know, making it all about what they say. It's about what I feel, what I want to put out. But if they connect with it like that, then oh my God, that's crazy. I remember one show too, similar situation, the No Break song I did. Lady in the crowd after the set came up, gave me a big hug, said it was amazing and everything like that, and how she connected with it, understanding, keep going for the people you love and everything. At the end of the day, I'm like, damn, that's crazy right there. And they even tell you stuff you don't even know is with your songs and stuff. So I like that kind of part right there, you know? I'm like, oh, I never looked at it that way. So yeah, I'm glad you interpreted it in that sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I felt like I wore my mom on that a lot. Me and her kind of, I don't know if I'm ever going to see that woman again, but, you know, I still wish the best for her.
Absolutely.
You know? But it's definitely, I don't know, that one was definitely special. The whole project to me, I just for some reason like really connect. Do you have like vinyls for that?
I need to, man. I
You
gotta.
should.
I have a homie too. Actually, I'll say, yeah, Ivory on SCU Dog. While watching this, he did the narration on the extended version of that. And he's been letting me know he wants a copy, like a DVD or CD or something of that. I'm like, bro, I'm trying. Trust me, it's a hard business and everything. When you get into this, you gotta be dedicated to do all the things. I did great having merch before. I had shirts, posters. I had posters for the project actually. Those are still available. I'll get you one of those.
Yeah, dude, I'll snap one of those for sure.
Yeah, I had stickers, wristbands, and everything, and I was doing great with merch. Now it's just a matter of maintaining the inventory and getting it back. You know what I mean? I'm still learning how the business goes and everything like that. But yeah, definitely, if I can get some vinyls or CDs of that going, I'm definitely going. I'm definitely gonna do that for all my projects. Actually, from Lighter in My Hand to whatever I have now, Chopping and Chilling coming out, is gonna be CDs eventually as well. Because I know people love that nostalgia still. People still got CD players in a sense as well if they want to play it. If they're not taking out the package type, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm one of those cats where it's like I like funky decor, and for me like having vinyls or CDs, even if like they don't get played as often, because let's face it, we got phones and whatever.
Facts, yeah.
I love to hang them up on the wall.
Yeah,
like I like to have like the materials sometimes just as like atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know,
A little bit of artwork and everything like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's why I like with the cover too, like with the project. You know, it's just simple. It's just a throne, crown on top and everything with the lighting, the gold, the black. It's
Who did the cover for you?
Homie Ivory as well. Yeah, that's mostly my cover guy and everything for a lot of my projects and stuff. So he's done quite a bit of my covers art and stuff. That one, and that was a good experimental one too. We kind of just mixed Photoshop with a little bit of AI, asking, hey, would you just fill in this space? And it did. I'm like, okay, that's fucking dope and everything. But the initial design he put out, I was like, all right, I digs it. This is exactly what I want. No title, no name, no text, just simple. Boom, the artwork right there. You know?
Yeah, I like the color palette on it too. It's very strong.
Oh, yeah.
I think it fits the vibe really, really well.
Absolutely.
So while we're talking about like artwork and shit, I was listening to originally my question was gonna be where were you in the photo for the single Decisions? But then I clicked on it and it's animated and you have the whole animated video.
Oh yeah,
Where did that come
that
from?
shit, that is a crazy one. So that first part and everything with the picture and everything, that was at Ultra Flat Black when it was still open and everything. The gallery lounge, that was a dope spot where I DJ. We had open mics. It was a dope spot. But I did that with the homie Reese Parker for his YouTube channel. They had Tonewood Music, and it was basically live performance / interview / photo shoot. So I got those from the photo shoot. I'm like, that's not a bad cover for this Decisions track. I like that. I just edited the black and white on that. It's perfect, you know? But the video though, yeah, so that's funny, you know, that's also me just dabbling into AI. I'm just like seeing how it is creatively, you know what I mean? I feel if you're using it to be creative and everything, you're not just blatantly copying stuff and trying to make some shit that, you know, that you know is not art, then yeah, it's good. You know what I mean? I don't mind using it and stuff. I'm just rather, just being creative at the end of the day. So with that one, I just basically asked the prompt to use my image on that cover actually, as it was originally, and then wrote out like the type of style. I used a prompt style, because the style it suggested was that glossy look and everything like that. Someone said it looked like GTA character. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think we were saying it kind of reminded us of like Saints Row or like Sims.
I love
almost.
Saints Row. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but it was consistent. What I did with that. So after I entered the prompt and I let it know, the first thing I wanted was just the simple me sitting in the living room and just thought process and everything like that. And then I did, okay, let me do one with me having a joint in my hand, one with the drink. Let me do this setting. So I just did different prompts and animated all of them because they had an animate option on there. Yeah. And it's only like an 8-second clip, you know what I mean? Because I'm not, it's gonna be a lot more to wait to do like a minute or so, to let alone 2 minutes for a song. So they just do 8-second clips, and I just put together those ones I liked and just looped them and everything. But it was a dope video, yeah. It definitely came out sick and everything, you know. And I understand how people are about AI, but I was like, I just wanted to experiment with it and see how it looked at.
Yeah, and I know. I feel like me and my partner, we're pretty split. Like he loves AI, like
right.
You know, and like a lot of it's like we are living in the future. You know, it's like sometimes if you don't get with it, you kind of get consumed by it.
Yeah,
you know.
Facts.
But like for me, it's just like I don't know. Like I feel like if you're looking to express yourself, do your thing. Like sometimes, you know, I'm able to commission like my friends that do art, and then there's just sometimes where it's like you need a flyer tomorrow, and let's face it, like shit's got to get done at the end of the day, and you know, whatever happens, we're not living in a perfect world. It's hard to always make the perfect choices, and at the end of the day, we're all just trying to be heard. Like, you know, it's like resources are resources.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
it's just utilizing it to like you said, just don't get behind it and everything like that. At least you know what it is, and that way also, in my opinion, aware of the dangers, the scams, all that stuff, and that way you can look at an AI video and be like, yeah, it's not real. Don't fall for that and everything. Because definitely, I have told a few people looking at it, I'm like, no, it's not real. You're good, man. And everything. So it's just one of those things you got like, you just, as long as you know it, I feel you're prepared for it and everything, whether you use it or not. At the end of the day, you know, and especially like, you know how they utilize it in schools now and everything from what I've been seeing and stuff. And it's like, damn, there's got to be a better way to teach that and everything so that they understand, hey, can't always use this to to create all your stuff, but at the same time, utilize it to gain the knowledge you need and then utilize it on your own at the end of the day.
Yeah, I won't lie. My freaking, you know, Siri?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a little scared of that bitch. I swear to God. Like, I was in the car and it was all like, it was like, does the thing where it makes the noise where it's like listening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, bitch, did I ask you? And then tell me why, like super quick, like almost with an attitude. She goes, okay. And then goes off and I was like, wait a minute. So I go back and I was like, hey Siri, you know, like, my bad, like don't kill me or nothing.
For real, shit's crazy.
But then instantly it's all like, we're good, like really fast. And I was like,
right.
I was like, since when did Siri catch an attitude? I was like, I'm a little nervous.
I feel you. I felt that way with Alexa for a while when me and my girlfriend had one, and then we just got rid of it because one, the speaker somehow blew out and everything. So when we played music or we asked her something, it just sounded that so muffled. I'm like, yeah, we're not using this anymore. It's whatever. But she creeped me out too. Like random time, I'm just sitting there sleeping on my couch or passing after we're watching something. And then I hear her talk, just like, what did you say to me? No, go to bed, Alexa. We're not doing this tonight. You know what I mean?
I don't know. AI is getting absolutely crazy. Like all of it is so gnarly. I've even been seeing stuff where I was like patting myself on the back like maybe last year because I'd be like, that's so fake. Now I cannot tell.
Oh no, yeah, they're getting better. These new Sora ones are killing me with the Tupac and the way if he was like in WWE, I was like, oh my god, bro, what is going on in here? And then like even I actually utilized one for a promotion of one of my songs and everything this year for Who Knew. I used the whole Yeti trend, the AI Bigfoot and everything. So I made one with like a bucket hat, mic check, wearing a chain, just reciting my lyrics and telling people to go play that. And then they're like, all right, the views did its job. There we go. Hopped on it when I could and everything. I just left it at that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because I know because I saw you at the festival and like I started following you and I've just been seeing like you are a busy dude. Like you're out there, you're always performing, always on the move, always promoting.
I gotta slow down at some point, but it's fun. I love it.
I don't know. Some people like I always hear, I'm like that too. I always have to have like 12 things ahead of me. So if I stay still, like I don't burn out. I crash out. You know?
Yeah, right. Facts. No, I get you on that for real though.
But so it's like a week where you have been maxed out busy, you're exhausted, but you gotta hit that show and you're there and things just aren't fucking working out. What are like your lifesavers when you're at a show and it's like here and now you have to deal with it and then things are kind of chaotic?
Oh man, I mean it's mostly just having a cool head through the whole thing, even if I get upset. Because people have, like the people who know me, that they'll notice when I'm mad at a show and everything like that. Things are not going like well in any sense of the form. Whether I'm the one who helped put it together, whether I'm DJing it, whether I'm performing, something of the sort. Especially DJing, I ain't gonna front. And this is just all the shows I've DJed and everything. I just always tell artists, have your files ready for real. The most frustrating thing is them not having it ready, and then someone ends up sending me YouTube, SoundCloud links, or any kind of, I'm like, guys, I'm not doing that. It's just not how this works. Especially with like Summer Buzz, you know what I mean? I was out there. I don't have no Wi-Fi out there. I could have used my hotspot. I did for what I could, but it wasn't strong enough, you know what I mean? I still had troubles downloading a few other songs out there, but yeah, it's just all about having a cool head through the whole thing and everything like that. Lucky for me, I have not been in any crazy in-your-face situations at a lot of shows and everything, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's always been chill. It's always been fun. I've had someone say like, man, you can't really be sad when K-Mix around. Like, you just be happy. I'm all like, I like that. That's fun. Yeah, I tried it, you know what I mean? Even and when I feel that on my down days, then I'm like, oh, I'm still uplifting somebody or I'm making some way the situation better. I always I'm an optimist. I just look on the bright side of a lot of shit and everything like that. So yeah, it's just going in smiles, you know what I mean? I'm gonna deal with it later. I can't be tripping. It's like I said in my newest song, I can't be tripping off the stress. It's gonna happen anyway, man. I just gotta figure a way to deal with them on my own time, basically.
I will say I have to agree with whoever told you like they just can't be in a bad mood around me because I was so nervous at Summer Buzz. I didn't know anyone. I'd never played a stage that big.
Right.
And I mean, you know that show, everything was going fucking haywire.
The rain, the sound, everything was like, man, it was crazy. Shout out to everyone who did their thing though, but oh my God, man, we pressed through.
I was literally so nervous, like, what the heck am I doing? And just being able to talk to you for like 5 minutes, I was like, I feel like I'm in good company. Like I got this. Like this will be fine. Like you totally chilled out my whole nervous system in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's good. I appreciate that. Yeah, and you just still did good that day and everything. You know what I mean? I always be impressed with people who go up and perform, whether they say they're nervous or it's their first time ever. And I watch them like, no way, it was your first time. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Insanity and shit. But yeah, you definitely did your thing that day. But yeah, I'm glad I bring a good vibe is what I say. It's like I say for my music. I think it's chill vibes and dope rhymes is what I said. Yeah, something like that. That's all I try to do with it, you know?
Yeah, no, I believe that for sure. I know you had like kind of like a little cipher going up there towards the end. A couple people. I think K Breezy was up there. It was like
it was more. That was our the collaborative songs we had with my homies and everything.
So
that one. No, you're good. I'll shut up and everything. It happens. My girl always says it's like a good luck thing sometimes and everything. So I'm like, okay, I can look at it like that. Yeah. Like, get out of here, dog. You know? But yeah, that was just more of our collaborative songs we had. The one I did with Breezy up there was our homie Nico, the vet up there. His song, invited his song off our collab project Out of Town, and that was called Day and Night. And we had Breezy just come in, rock the middle verse, and it just worked out perfectly. You know what I mean? So we were like, hell yeah, let's do it. Because originally it was just gonna be me and him, but we were like, hey Breezy, what do you think of this? And she was like, all right, we got something here. But
I like her.
She's dope. Breezy is dope as hell, man. She's definitely one of my favorite artists out here and everything. If I give like a top 5 or top 10 list and shit.
Yeah, I think she was another person that just like, I was so nervous and tripped up, and like she's just like powerhouse good vibes. Like she is just there to chill and have a good time, and like she won't let you have a bad time either.
Exactly, no, for real. I even told her when she performs and everything and the vibe she brings in, and everybody's different. I have my own assumptions on how I see people as artists and everything like that, and I do it with everybody and stuff. I just look at combinations of artists I know and see them in all of us somewhere and everything. With her, I told her, you kind of bring a Queen Latifah meets Meg Thee Stallion vibe and everything. It's like powerful. It's out there. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like she fucking brings a dope vibe to the stages in general. But yeah, I see it like a Queen Latifah meets Meg Thee Stallion, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's killer. That's dope.
Yeah, no, her music's definitely it's a cool vibe. I like it a lot. I was listening to, I think around the time she was dropping an EP.
Was it Hotel Breezy?
Yes.
Oh, that was a recent album. Yeah, I was at the album release party too. That was a fun night and everything. Hell yeah, definitely a good project for show. She did her thing with that one.
Yeah. So as far as performance goes, have you ever gotten like a piece of performance advice that like really resonated with you, or like you leaned on like a good handful of times?
There's a few, not a lot because like I said, I've been doing theater as well. I kind of like learned the little bits of the stage, trying to figure that out. But as far as like when it came to rapping, I remember JL B Hood from formerly Strange Music and shit. He told me one time and everything when I hit him up on Facebook. He started off early too and everything. And I was just supporting early with his music, and he told me, man, just know your lyrics. You can keep your hooks in there, but at least just know your shit and you'll be good. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. It's like memorizing lines for me. It's like memorizing the lines of a script. So I got that. So once I like got that down and I was memorizing myself, I'd be rapping myself a lot too and everything, just my verses randomly, or new stuff as well and everything. But that's one piece of advice. I guess like another one is I got told from the homie, they don't know you messed up unless you tell them you messed up. You know what I mean? And there's been times on stage where I feel I know I messed up somewhere, but because of how I kept going and picked up from it, and they don't know. It's fun. It's still good. We moved on to the next song. No one's still talking about it. It wasn't the viral moment of the night. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like, yeah, they don't know you messed up unless you tell them you messed up and everything. So yeah, I appreciate that kind of advice right there, you know?
I think that's definitely a good one. I tell them myself, like not like verbally, I don't stop and go, oh, rats. I have in the past.
Yeah.
Definitely not a good time, but
right.
I think I'm prone to telling on myself because I'll be all like, oh, like, you know, keep going.
I mean, I think you saw what was in the video Anti-Famous shared, but when we were promoting for me doing the exhibit show, and I was with him for the King ISO show. It was the video of me rapping and everything when he said that when we were doing our song Weekend, he said, Kevin, can you rap and everything? Because that's part of my line I wrote in there. But I stumbled one part of my word in the beginning of the verse and stuff like that. You could just tell, but I just went like a quick And then, yeah, just do a quick
Just
breather
walk
and then
in.
just back into it and everything. No one really cared. But it was funny, though, because then the next line came and I was like, Kevin, can you rap? And the way I looked over, it was part of the set because it's my way. I'm like, wait, what did he say? But it's kind of funny how it played into it. I'm like, wait, did you just ask if I can rap? Come on, inside. Come on now, dog.
You're like, it worked out.
It worked out. It was a fun time. But yeah, it's like no one knew I messed up. I just took a quick breather, memorized, got back on my track, and then boom, back in the verse, back in the zone. It was good.
So a little bit of a mood shift, I guess. Do you have any like hard truths that you struggle with, whether it be as a person or as a musician?
Perfectly fine. We're good now. I'm just kidding. No, nobody's perfect, damn it. But for me, it's mostly, I guess, still both on musician and personal. It's still just doubt. Mostly doubt for myself and everything like that. It comes from a lot of self-doubt. And I still question a lot of what I do, a lot of what I get. I always seek so much outside opinions and everything, outside suggestions and everything. And that's even like on that Decision song, I said, like, I forgot how I started the song, but I said somewhere in there, I'm not like, outside voices drive me crazy. I mean, like the people around me, whether it's just like normal stuff, at the same time, even me just reaching out, I'm just over here like, fuck, so many opinions, so many things I take into consideration of what I do for myself and my music. But at the end of the day, I have to remind myself, this is me. This is only me, and I gotta do what's best in my opinion for me and everything like that, regardless of what this person says or that person says and everything, or how this person feels or how that person feels. I gotta do what's right for me and what makes me feel good, what makes me feel happy at the end of the day. But I still struggle with it though. It's just still that self-doubt. Like I mentioned earlier with the social media stuff, trying to not be consumed by the internet. I've gotten consumed with Facebook this past year and everything, with like how posts are, with how I see things and everything. And I'm just like, damn, I can't be getting myself caught up in that. It makes me think differently. It makes me think like a different person. I don't want to be that kind of individual who just assumes everything or is trying to be like, what the hell's going on here? What the hell do they mean by that? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to think that way, because I've been there before, and it's not a good vibe. It just doesn't feel good at the end of the day. I've been doing good with not being on that. That's why I post so much content too. I try to be focused on my content, and I go to TikTok for my doom scrolling so I can see stuff that I know is gonna make me happy for a little bit and everything like that. Stuff I enjoy doing, but yeah, just self-doubt at the end of the day and everything. And that self-doubt makes me feel like I'm being doubted by others, even if they're not and everything like that, you know what I mean? And I've been told, or I've seen in a sense who's doubted and everything like that through life, but at the same time, I haven't let it bother me this far, so I'm still doing good. But my own self-doubt makes me think others are doubting me and stuff like that. So that's probably one of the main things I struggle with, honestly, still. And it's not something I try to put out there a lot. I try to just be fun in the music, be chill and everything. I'm just letting people know, hey, it sucks, but still got it. Still here, still making it work,
It's like high risk, high reward,
Exactly, yeah.
No, I feel like one of my therapists, we were talking about something along the lines of like, it's nice to get validation stuff, but it's like what we care about or like how we see ourselves matters so much. Cause like, if say you have a set where like it just goes terribly, or like people say it went terribly, but you're like, hell no, I like that song. You're not gonna let the audience tell you how hard you worked or who you are, right?
No, for real though.
But also on the flip side of that, unfortunately, say the audience is like, we really fucked with that, we like that a lot, but then you're sitting there going, I'm singing a song from 4 years ago. I don't feel like I'm that dude anymore. I don't feel like any of you guys know me.
Right.
You didn't even get to meet me. That's the old me. What do you mean you liked it? You should want,
Right.
what I see for me.
I feels you.
But everyone's happy, and you're like, nah. And then you're like, shit, I gotta go write another song, I guess.
Right. No, I hear you. And even for me, like one other moment on stage that happened for me, if you talk about it, I should have thought about this earlier, but I was like an error. I opened for Dizzy right at the Black Sheep back in 2022, and I sold out all my tickets. It was one of my first few sold out shows that I did, and I was like, damn, I'm happy, this is dope. I got merch, I got a dope set, it's gonna be amazing. I was going solo for this one, no features for it and everything, so I was like, hey, yo, let's fucking get it. And unfortunately, 2 songs in, after my intro song with my alter ego Boom Mag, and then I went into one of my personal songs, the Keep It Lit from Layer in My Hand, set just stopped working. It just went to the static. I was like, what the fuck happened? And I had one chance to redo it. I tried to redo it. We kept going with the crowds. Just had technical difficulties. It's all good, guys. I get my weird thing on because I used my DJ setup, Black Sheep, because they just have their sound person. I set up my own DJ stuff up there. So I would go behind, just hit the soundboard, just trying to make sure it's all cool. But I'm freaking out. It's like, this has never happened. What is going on? I realized it's the board. I knew the board was on its last days and everything. This is my first DJ board. I was like, oh, this is on its last leg right now. I know it. Trying to do it again. Static happened again. Dizzy's manager told me to wrap it up or some shit and everything. And I was like, all right, dude, give me a minute. And I just said, I told the people, hey, my bad on everything. It's all good. I still had fun. I helped the crowd, though. They were still vibing with me and everything because of the first 2 songs. And then I just spit a verse I did off of Grind Mode Cypher and everything, just a quick cypher verse and shit. And then went back to my merch booth, hung out. People were still vibing with it, but even the artists on tour, not Dizzy, but Demrick and Marley B, they came up to me because they saw me during sound check. They heard it was good. And they said, hey, man, I know it didn't go well, but hey, you handled that like a real one. You handled your situation. You didn't let it freak you out, crazy and everything. Even though you're freaking out right now, they told me I was good about it. I was like, all right, I'll take that. I mean, even though I'm sitting right here, got my beer in my hand, I'm just over here like, motherfucker, bro, motherfucker. But yeah, they're just having them say that, having my friends let me know it was still good. Even the Black Sheep said, hey, it's still good. My bad, it wasn't, because everyone thought it was on their part. So I had to make sure, no, guys, this wasn't Black Sheep's fault. This was on me. So don't be hating on the soundboard team for them and everything. 'Cause I love Black Sheep. They're good people and everything over there. So yeah, that situation. Oh my God, freak the fuck out, man. I was just waiting to like figure out what to do next and then that thing, But yeah, that's probably one situation of that where I was like doubting myself so much and wondering what was gonna happen next. You know what I mean? The other situation of doubt though was this one song. I don't know if you heard it, like On My Path. It's like
I think I heard it.
It was like it has a koi fish cover on it and everything, but like I had an anime lyric video to it, like the old AMVs and everything. I just took animes and clipped them together. But that was kind of like my anime song of what I made and stuff, like a journey thing. And oh my God, I put it on this music review thing, and they roasted me. They roasted that whole thing. Then the whole track did not play through. They liked the narration that my homie did, because they I like the narration of the anime thing. It's like he was on a journey to figure. I'm like, but they did not like the rest. They just told me, and I just sat there like, damn. So every time I've performed it since, and it's not been a lot, which you can tell because there was a lot of people who didn't like it. I know if my lady doesn't like it, it's not a good song. I'm like, damn, that's not good and everything. It was a fun song, but every time I perform it, I'm like, damn, is the crowd gonna like it or are they not gonna like it? So far, so good. Some crowds have liked it and everything. It's like, it's a mixed reaction song, and I don't mind the mixed reactions. Let me know, okay, that wasn't it. Thanks for letting me know. That's all I just wanted to figure out with that one.
Yeah, no, it could be tough. As far as those like people that do like the hip hop critique, my partner Matthew, actually, the one that had the came out here later, he did like a Lil Peep type song or whatever and sent it through. And it's same thing. It's like these people are like certified haters,
Gosh, dude.
But I think one guy was like, "Fuck you guys, I kind of like it." He's on that like Lil Wayne shit, like I'm here for it.
I feels you, yeah. The guys on that one hit me up afterwards, and they said, "Hey man, I hope it wasn't too bad," because they said they've had people like cuss them out or like block them after those things. Because they've been ruthless opinion like that with other people too. And I'm like, guys, it's all good. It's a music review. You're all chilling. I'll holler with the next one if at some point or something like that. You know what I mean? Which I didn't after that, but yeah.
One thing critics like, I don't know. I feel like someone could have like music degrees and like all these different things, and like if you're not helping, then what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, even if you don't like it, like give the critique, give the advice you need for it and everything. I'll just go into this thing like, this song is trash. Like I'm like, what the
But also for me, it's like why are you even dragging stuff? Is it one, it doesn't sound like something that is widely said is cool, and you're scared that you won't look cool if you say you like something new? You don't have the balls. Same people. This is what I keep on my, like, even for you guys out there, this is what I keep in my head every time I perform a show, especially if shit goes wrong. Anyone that gives me shit for being myself and representing who I am with my shitty, crazy, whatever voice it is, and doing it my way, they are the same people where they can have their favorite song in the whole world, the same song they've been listening to since they were 12 years old, playing in the car on the fucking aux cord, and if I look at them wrong, they will abandon it. One thing about you fuckers is I don't abandon me. I'm in alliance with me. I will embarrass myself. I'll go down for me every time. You don't even write for you. Fuck the critics.
Man, they think that shit a moment and everything that they don't forget. That's what it is right
Hell
there.
Yeah.
That's what I do with my sets too. Speaking of being yourself, like I said, I like that like what you mentioned right there. It was one of my sets last year. It was funny and everything. I did the opening as like a judge. Like I did a voiceover on my set for my voice, but it was like a judge telling me like, hey, you've been accused of this, and that. But basically, the thing was like being myself at the end of the day and shit. I really put myself on trial. Like, I'm on trial for being myself. The fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like, I feels you, just giving it all, just being who you are, 100% authentic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, the people that want to shit on you, they don't even ride for them, so they do not fucking matter.
Yeah, it's like, was it on Rick and Morty? It was a Rick say, is that your booze do nothing for me? I've seen what you cheer for. Like,
literally, exactly
that part,
that.
exactly. Facts, man.
So, when do you feel like is your like best time to create when you're looking to write a song?
Honestly, it's random for me most of the time and everything. But most of the time, like my inspiration, I'm not gonna front, it's changed a little bit. I used to get my creative time in my car, and I still do get creative in my car, you know what I mean? Just thinking of lyrics and stuff like that. But there were times I'd pull over just to write some stuff because I thought about it right there. I just enjoy driving and everything like that. I like road trips, I like driving through the city. I'm just one of those guys who's just in my car all the time, you know, listening to music. Just having a nice summer day, you know what I mean? So it's fun stuff. So yeah, my car was just always my creative spot and everything for a good while. Now it's been like, you know, sometimes I'm at work now, I think of stuff now. I'm at home, I think of stuff. Everywhere I'm thinking of stuff randomly, but it's always random. I'm not, like the most time unless I'm like working on a project like EP and everything like that, I haven't done an album yet, I still gotta figure that one out. But when I'm doing like a project like King of the Chill and everything like that, when I have the beats ready and I have a schedule thing that I'm thinking in my head of timing for writing this stuff, the time will come to me, it comes to me. But I know this is the timeline I'm working with to write these music and everything like that. And it's not like I give myself a deadline for that and everything. It's just more or less like, this is just hitting me right in this spot because this is the flow of the EP. When I'm just doing singles or I just have stuff that comes to mind, I'm just like, sometimes I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know where and everything, yeah. And I'm continuing, and sometimes I write stuff like 4 bars at a time now and everything. And then I come back to it later and add more stuff and everything like that. And I just try to remember my flow. I remember how it goes. So, and I start my shit like a script every time too and everything. I memorize. I start from the beginning and go down. Stop where I stop. Start again. Go down. Write something new. Still start from the beginning. Go down. Just so I know all the stuff beforehand, and then I can get the new stuff out of the way easily.
I feel like that's how you get stuff like deep in your memory.
Yeah,
where it's like that becomes muscle memory when you start at the top each time.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like that's as far as like flow switches and stuff. When you do it that way, it's like the more you stick with like the first flow and you repeat it enough, your body naturally wants to switch it. So I think that's how you get a lot of like cool flow switches too. I think that's a great approach.
I've been told I do good flow switches, which is fun and everything. But yeah, that's just me when I'm just writing and shit. That's just my creative time wherever I'm at, just whenever the moment happens. I really try not to force it. If I'm really not feeling it, I'm not gonna do it. I'll put my time towards making some content videos, planning this next project, looking up this beats, looking at, you know what I mean, doing anything to help build me up as a music artist and my business, my brand, all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? If I'm not feeling like writing, let's work on the next thing until I get back to some writing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it'll let you know, you know, when it wants to be heard, you know? That's why, like, I noticed a lot of the times when you said you like to write, it's almost like when you're not allowed, right? Like you're driving, you hear this call on your phone, it's like a little bit rebellious.
I feel you, it's like, I can't text and drive, but I gotta write that down. Or even at work sometimes. My work's pretty chill about it and everything too, but I just be sitting at my desk, I'm just like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. I'll just write that down for a minute, and then something happens, and I'm like, okay, I'll take care of that, get back to it later and everything.
Yeah. No, but it definitely, the muse will make itself known, that's for sure.
Exactly.
What do you think is like a hard time that you've had, maybe like writing a song or editing or putting a song together? Like what's like the hardest time you've had like in the process, like studio time, and what did you kind of learn from it?
So in the studio, when it comes to recording and everything, I try to be ready for that all the time. I treat it like it's play, a script, TV show, whatever, a movie and everything. I did film school in college and everything. I like film school and shit, but so I just kind of figured how that route went. But yeah, it's just I memorize all my stuff. I have the idea of what I'm going in there with, so that I'm just ready, and that way I can get to work. The producer I'm working with can put the beat in, hit record, get me, and I do my stuff. If I'm feeling the need to do a one take, I will, and I don't do it like I used to and everything. I'm not trying to rush the stuff or force it and everything. I'd rather be confident enough to do a one take than not do it at all. So sometimes I just do my stuff like a few lines at a time, you know, just punching in, putting it together and stuff like that. But I go in though knowing my music, so I can just rap it and actually without having the phone in front of me and stuff like that. I'm naturally doing it. Sometimes I'll need it in front of me just depending on what I wrote, and I might forget a line or two and stuff like that, or I have to change something just on my mind because okay, I changed that line. Let me reverse it. All right, now we'll go with that shit. But I don't know. I guess like one struggle is just repeating and everything. I've taught myself repeating takes and everything, and I'm just sitting there like fuck. You know what I mean? Like, can we do it again? Let's do it again, brother. And I'm like, I never feel like, I don't ever want to feel like I'm annoying whoever I'm working with and stuff, but I'm just like, yo, can I do it again? I got to, man, I'm sorry.
If I had a fucking dollar
yeah.
for every time.
That's probably the main thing, yeah, it feels you. And then I'll, at like maybe the 10th or whatever, take it, whatever, I just look at them and I'm like, hey, what do you think? Did it actually sound good, or do I really have to redo it? And they'll give me their honest opinion, even if they're doing it for the 15th time. It's like, do it again, man. Do it again. I'm like, fuck, I got you. But even Dr. Dre does that with the artists he works with. He tells them to repeat it so much until he's like, I don't believe you. Say it again. That's what he does. I'm like, all right, I believe that. I gotta work with that shit.
I need someone to fucking do that with me, because like I'm so crazy. Like I'll just say like whatever, and like I'm so lame. I'm a cop out because my shit will sound rough, and I'll be like it's punk and just throw it out.
Yeah, something actually. I get that and shit. Sometimes I'll listen to my stuff afterwards. I'm like, okay, I might need to re-record that. We will see what happens. But yeah, that's one thing I love working with a good producer and stuff. Shout out to like the guys I work with between Mac and Doe, Mixed by Blitz mainly. He's been my main guy, and then T Sway and everything with my last couple of tracks is them telling me, hey, let's do that again. I feel you can do that a lot better. Or they'll even tell me on the first take of it, it's like, yo, that was clean, that was solid, perfect, you know what I mean? So I like having that portion as well in the studio, so that way I'm like, okay, I'm on the right path with this. I'm not just spitting out nonsense. I'm not just putting it in a sloppy way and everything like that. But yeah, it's dope to have them just be like, hey, do it again. That's perfect. You're good.
And I mean, truth be told, that's so much more valuable than having a bunch of yes men that are like, "Oh, everything you do is great.
No,
good job,
absolutely. I feel you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's like some accountability, but also it's like when someone else sees your potential and expects you to, ride to your potential.
Yeah.
Like that's what makes everyone kind of like collectively better, Woo! We just had a crazy 10 minutes. That the camera shut off. And when it charged, we looked at it. It said it was deleted. That entire everything you just heard.
Everything y'all are hearing, and it was gone. What we thought was gone. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, we got rescheduled. We're both bummed out, but trying to be cool about it. We're both totally disappointed, but trying to just like do what the fuck we can control. And poof, popped up on the phone again. Thank God.
Technology, am I right? It's a mystery, but it's wonders though. I don't get it either, but that was wild. Though. I was even like, well, son of a bitch.
Sorry, Siri. I didn't mean to talk all that shit. I didn't mean it.
AI, man, they listen. I see you. But we back though.
Yes.
Yeah, but I like that we did, like you said, we kept it cool and everything. I think, we've been tested, and it was like, okay, cool. We managed to work it out. We rescheduled if we had to, and then it's like, oh, it's back.
Right.
It's there and everything.
If I was my father, I would have thrown my fucking phone into the driveway.
And that's funny enough, as a cameraman myself, that's every one nightmare is like worrying about if you were recording the whole time, especially long stuff like this. And it's like, and we're done. You hit it, it's like, oh, it's now recording. Son of a bitch. You know what I mean? And I've seen it happen. It's craziness.
So you did say that you worked with the news. So what do you do? So you did say equipment. So
I just work camera stuff and everything and editing. That's really it and stuff like that. And sometimes I get to do a little bit of my own stories, which is cool. But I'm not on camera. I'm just behind the scenes. I help with the reporters looking good and everything like that, making sure their stuff's set straight so it's looking good on the camera. There's audio sounding great and everything like that. But yeah, I get to just be doing great random stuff. It's never a dull day. You know what I mean? I've had moments where I'm just sitting at my desk. Don't get me wrong, but they also have me log interviews and stuff like that comes along. So I get to just log what we get from people and everything like that, and then we figure what to use later for the shows and everything like that.
That sounds so cool.
It's fun, and I never a dull day, especially because we do breaking news a lot and everything. So I'm out wherever the sirens are. I'm almost there sometimes, and I'm like, oh my god, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Some moments from like, and it's nothing like in a sense, but I mean, yeah, it is. It's crazy. I ain't go front. The craziest I've been to and everything. I've talked about this on the last one pod I was on and everything. It was the Club Q shooting. I got called in early after that happened. I was like, oh my god, are you serious right now? And insane day, just insane time at that point when we was all working. Like I said, I got called in. I didn't initially hung up on my boss at first. I was sleeping. I'm like, okay, I still got an hour before going to work. Why am I getting called early? And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm coming. I would get right away, you know what I mean? But that was probably one of the craziest ones though. aside from that, fires have been insane. Just going to those and everything, seeing the aftermath of some of that stuff has been, oh my gosh, wild, just wild stuff. But like I said, never a dull day, just up close with different stuff and everything. And I get to see people doing their thing. You know what I mean? I think that's cool just to show that off in a sense. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what we're trying to do and everything.
Yeah.
So, we're just doing our thing and we're showing it off and stuff like that. Not in a bad way. It's just like, hey, take a look at this. It's pretty cool. This is pretty nice and everything. You know what I mean? One of my reporter friends, she does something called Good News Fridays and everything. So it's just nothing but fun stories on the weekends and shit like that. So it's just fun stuff that people can get into. It's not always just the sad stuff and the shit we see going on every day. But we show the happy stuff too, the things that make us, make Colorado, We're local and everything, you know what I mean? We're not worried about everything else too much, but when we're talking about it, we talk about it though. So it's fun stuff.
No, I feel like that's just so cool. I'm kind of blown away because, like, I don't know, like, that's definitely, when you're growing up, like, it's definitely not one of the jobs that, like, teachers try to sell you, but, like, it sounds cool as fuck. Like,
it is. Funny enough, when I went to college for film and everything, I went for filmmaking, I almost switched halfway to do journalism, because I did want to do, like, hip-hop journalism in my own way and everything, have, like, not like a blog or anything, but do, like, my own, whether it was a podcast or whether it was an online YouTube show, something like that and everything. But I knew how to do research, I know how to, like, talk to people and everything, and I love doing that kind of stuff. It's interactive, you know what I mean? It's just like this. I really like how this vibe has been, honestly, for real. So, like, this is the kind of stuff I enjoy and everything, too. But I almost did, but at the same time, would have been in college a little bit longer, and I chose, let me not switch now, and just finish what I'm doing, learn the skills later and everything, you know what I'm saying?
How did you end up getting, like, the job with the cameras? Is because you said you studied film.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, I finally just applied, because I moved out here, I got that job 2022. I had moved out here in 2018, but I was just doing a bunch of odd jobs, different stuff, trading everything, figuring it out, while still doing the music stuff and DJing. And then finally I just said, you know what, this is going to be a good paying job. I get to work with cameras, I get to edit, I do what I love anyway. And I just applied and then was like, yeah, all good from there. And I think definitely me being from film school definitely, or that kind of background helps with it and everything. I know my cameras, I know my editing software, shortcuts and all that stuff. So yeah, it's definitely been it's been amazing. I've enjoyed the job since then and everything.
Yeah, I think, like, one thing that, like, bums me out, like, when I think of myself as a kid is, like, I didn't realize, like, how many jobs in entertainment there is. Like, literally, I grew up in a town where, like, everyone's always like, you either go to college to, be a math teacher, or you do drugs and have babies and go crazy. Like, that was literally, like, the terror that I was given. And because my heart was in music and stuff, I just felt like I had to make a choice to either just, like, be totally rebellious and just try to do, like, whatever, or to go study music. And for me, like, I just always was like, I don't know, like, I just lacked confidence. But if I knew, like, just, like, knew about, like, I even met some lady in Denver who works at the Nature Museum playing piano. Okay.
That's
it's
dope.
like I just don't know why people can't encourage, like, kids that are interested in entertainment more. Because there's so many careers.
There are so many options. Even when I learned this as being an artist and everything, and I, like, that my homies have taught me and stuff I've learned online. But it's like the amount of aspects there are to a business. I mean, everybody, would love the main spotlight position. But at the same time, you need someone who knows how to run that spotlight. You need someone who knows how to make that spotlight look good on camera and everything. You know what I mean? There's all these different factors that play into it. Like, I can go front. If I had to, I was talking to my girl the other day about, like, an odd dream job right now and everything. Granted, I'm 31, but I'm having dream jobs. I don't care. I still want to.
As you fucking should.
But one of the times, if I had to leave news and everything, I'd still want to do camera work on top of music's always going to be there for me. But if I had to do anything related to camera work, I'd tell myself, you know what? I've been getting back into WWE lately. I wouldn't mind being the cameraman for that shit and everything. I get to see wrestling all the time, travel, and that's the stuff I like right there. You know what I mean? So it'd be fun stuff right there. And I understand what they're doing in the sense of, like, the camera movements and what they have to do with it. And even if not that, production team, I've been part of those before. Like, I understand how that stuff works and everything right there.
Yeah, for me, I just, like,
They
I
have
don't
so
know.
many options.
Like, even, because even if you think about people that, because say you want to do music and everything, or, like, you do want that star position, right?
Yeah.
There's still so many jobs really close to it where it could be really exciting when you're young.
Exactly.
And then you can meet incredible people that are also interested in what you're interested in. I mean, I never thought I would do Rooted, ever. Like, I deadass was like, I'm just going to do open mics. The fact that anyone would book me anywhere is, like, it's crazy to me, but...
That was dope. Oh, yeah, I love the content, for real.
But, like, just, like, going around and, like, doing all this stuff, like, I think even in cosmetology school, they're, like, they need people that, like, do hair and stuff on sets. It's, like, you really can do whatever you want, and if it's not a thing, the thing that gets you to the next thing,
Yeah.
it can be cool the whole way, you know?
Exactly. You know, like everybody in this, even like business heads and everything, they may have done something entertainment wise before, but now they know the back end and they can work the back end and help the next person get to where they need to be and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
It's not just always about like that. Like I said, the spotlight scene earlier and everything. It's dope, don't get me wrong, and that we all want it and everything, but sometimes if your skills can be used elsewhere, might as well utilize them. You're still going to get paid. You're still going to help someone out. You're still going to help yourself out and everything in the long run. So
yeah, and
might
I
as
think
well just go for it.
And I think it's cool too, because it's like you don't necessarily have to pick one or the other.
Exactly.
Right?
You know?
You could, like, I see you playing both. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
for
like
real.
seeing you on stage with the mic, having that center stage stuff, and then also knowing production stuff.
Yeah.
I think you're a wonderful example of like what I wish I would have known, like in high school and stuff. Just being like, you know, you can do shit. Like people will be open armed to you, and you know, there's a lot you can do.
No, hell yeah, I appreciate that for real. I try to. That's what I think at the end of the day. That's someone asked me in college what my definition of success was. I'm like, inspire someone. That's it. As long as I know I inspired someone, then I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm obviously gonna try to get the money and get the nice house and all that shit. You know, but as long as I inspired someone at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And I've seen it too around everything. A lot of people do credit me on the content I post, how consistent I am with it, and how I do it. Now I'm seeing a lot of them do more of that, and I'm like, yeah, that's all I want to see, man. I ain't gonna get mad and be all like, man, yeah, y'all wasn't doing that before, and it's like, no, y'all doing it now. That's what matters and everything. Now you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's dope to see and shit like that. You know, so I like doing that kind of having that kind of aspect to my stuff. I don't think about it a lot, but when it comes up, then I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. I can see that. You know?
Yeah, I think something beautiful with like going out and doing stuff and being consistent is like, you know, it's like you're gonna make and connect like all the people you connect with, and then when you can inspire someone else to start doing it, it's like that just means that there's like these waves of connection happening.
Right.
You know, I think that's really cool.
Facts.
But so what is like one of your favorite Halloween costumes that you've ever had?
'Tis the season. I love it. I'm
Right.
excited for it. I've been playing. I on my PlayStation. I've been playing the horror video games I have again and everything, like the Dark Anthology series with. Was it Devil in Me, Little Ho? It's just been. I've been getting jump scared. It's been fun. But favorite costume. I've had a lot through a long time. I'm trying to think of what was a really good one that I put together. It's probably back in college and everything. I think I was. It was funny the way what came about and everything. I went as Luke Cage from the Marvel show and everything on Netflix at the time because I was popular when I was in college and everything. So I went to a thrift store, bought a hoodie. My homie I knew, redneck as hell, had a gun. We went out to a field, laid that hoodie out, and he just went to town on it and everything. And
Oh my god!
so I wore a legit hoodie that had legit bullet holes on it to the party and everything. And I thought it was just a fun, creative one.
Well, fuck, I don't trust myself with these phones.
Man, it happens. I've been there behind the scenes before too, when technology doesn't agree with you. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, we're having terrible technical difficulties, so I am going to wrap this up and save us all from more trouble.
I'm still here though, man. It's been an honor. It's been a blessing. I appreciate the vibes for real on this one.
You've been so kick-ass. All of the trouble we've had, they have been so fucking cool. Like, I can't be more grateful.
No, all good, all good.
So, my final question: if you were at a house party, where are people most likely to find you?
No, man. And the infamous kickback with K-Max, if y'all know, you know, man. This is what I do with my time. But they're more likely to find me. It's been different periods of this, but the main spot is by the speaker.
Yeah.
By the aux cord, as it was before the Bluetooth was picking up and everything. I was at the aux cord, I had the Bluetooth, or my DJ stuff if I need my laptop. You'd find me by the music, wherever the source was of the music, that's where I was and stuff. So normally just the speaker, you know what I mean? I was
love
in
that.
and if not there, it was usually the beer pong table for certain kickbacks, or I was just in the kitchen with the drinks and everything with everybody. So yeah, or no, outside, probably outside more likely. Yeah, so either you catch me with the music or you catch me outside with the drink, and that was really it. Yeah, that's normally when people catch me at the party. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm usually like sitting in a corner petting a dog or like talking to some crying drunk chick for some reason.
You know, it'll happen in most nights and everything. I even have them come over to when I'm playing music. I'm like, so tell me what's going on. Oh, that's terrible. I've been there. Yeah, no, I feel you. But yeah, I mean, I'm just pretty much DJing when I'm not DJing at this point. I've just always been that guy with the music and having playlists for a long time. I think I've had Spotify for as long as it's been around, which is crazy and everything. But yeah, I just enjoy the music. I got different playlists, varieties for everything.
Yeah, you don't have to try to be a music person if you just naturally are, right?
Yeah, right, for real though.
Well,
Just hits.
speaking of finding you, where can the people find you and follow you to keep up with what you got going on?
No doubt. Y'all can find me all music platforms, Kevin Mike Check as is, you know what I mean? There's spaces in there. Social media platforms is the same thing, except for TikTok, replace the E's with 3's. So Kevin Mike Check, replace the E's with 3's for TikTok. Other than that, yeah, Kevin Mike Check all over. If you play PlayStation, that's the same way on PlayStation 2, my gamer tag, Kevin Mike Check, 3 E's. The 3's are E's, yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, that's where you guys can find me. And then, yeah, I'm always posting something, man, daily. May take a couple days off just because I enjoy my weekends as well, you know what I mean? Got to take a break from the screen, but yeah, that's where y'all can find me though.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Darkness in my kingdom that shall not be recognized. Shine in my own light. This the day that I arise. I'm the KOTC. I'm the KOTC. Prepare for battle when I dawn the ground. Didn't care a million try to bring me down. All gloves up, no mercy now. Element of surprise, 4 kinds of wild. Didn't really care what anyone thought. Too late to go back, that line's been crossed. You can pay the tax, you can catch this ass to the back of your thumb. Now I know you lost. Yo, make a pass of fizz, crack fizz, till I see you fit to speak quick with the beast hits. As a sword talk with a walk, gotta cut you off from tearing things apart that I work so hard to build for. Cut them all down, so let them know now that I shall not pass on the path to bury my crown and away my shining. That shall not be recognized. Shine in my own light. This the day that I arise. I'm the KOTC. I'm the KOTC. Hey, king of the chill, now you know the title. Don't ever really think that I got a rival. Looking at me like I'm a lazy idol. Not knowing it's the key to my survival. Stay high, what do I know? Not on my high horse, that's a no-no. 10 toes on the ground, just not one to hassle. Put a good battle, still got me baffled, cuz done with the ignorance, enough with the foolishness. On with the new legit way, we improving this life, you ain't cool with it. Back to the depths, go on, get to it. The vibe's getting loud, I won't take no more. No doubt when I live inside, that shit gonna sound like gold. Darkness in my kingdom, that shall not be recognized. Shine in my own light, this is the day that I arise. I'm the KOTC. I'm the KOTC. One more time, let's get it. Hey, KOTC. I'm the KOTC. KOTC. I'm the KOTC.